Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
This Friday, the Mike O'Mara Show is one for the takers. That's right. If you are one of the blood-sucking ticks that don't subscribe to the Mike O'Mara bonus show this Friday for one day only, it's your chance to enjoy bonus show fun for nothing with our Freeview Preview. On Friday, March 16th, the TMOS bonus show. Sorry I didn't get the music on in the back of it.
I like the
On
drive.
Friday, March 16th, the TMOS bonus show is 100% absolutely free for everybody. Friday, even those of you who have done nothing to support our bonus show whatsoever will get a rare chance to sample the goods with our freewheeling, avant-garde, loose-lipped fun. So get ready, slackers. This Friday, the TMOS bonus show will be FREE free for all of you. So take advantage, because isn't that what you do best anyway? Really? The TMOS bonus show, Freeview Preview. Our studio being down for maintenance on Friday is your golden opportunity. Don't blow it. There it is.
You almost killed Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, there we are. So, yeah, we've got a preview on Friday's show. That's the only show you're going to get is going to be the bonus show, but everybody gets it. So if you've never sampled it because you're a blood-sucking tick, you better take advantage
Now's
on
the time.
Friday.
This is like walking the aisle of Costco, and some lady hands you a piece of shrimp and says, "Hey,
right.
What do you think? You
What are we
wanna buy
doing on Friday to the studio?
Spring
are we painting
break.
it? Are we painting it? Or
No.
are we painting it a new color? Are we painting the brick white?
There's this,
We're removing the paint from the brick, and we're putting in the stained glass.
panels.
Panels.
Yes,
the
wood
panels.
wood paneling like in the 70s.
Very
doing,
nice, like a rec room.
Because I seriously sometimes have to ask on the show because I don't know in real life because I don't pay attention. What exactly are we doing on that? Can you talk about what we're doing?
Yes, we're remodeling the studio. So,
But we're not painting it. We're actually putting equipment in. Correct?
yes, there's going to be an electrician here that's going to set up some studio lighting.
Yeah, we
proper
hired-
studio lighting.
It's a guy named Sparky.
Wow.
Yes.
What? Where is the electrician? Who's the electrician that's flying down here to put the lighting in?
Well, it depends on the company and who they send, right?
It does. It does.
Yeah. So.
What are you doing? It's like you're under interrogation.
I'm doing my lighting.
Don't do your lighting like that.
Is it safe? Is it safe?
Stop
Marathon.
crying.
Well, you didn't do it. So you're innocent. You're fine.
Hello, Clarice.
He might have done it.
Hello. I watched that the other night.
Well, the effects are great.
Hard to turn that film off, isn't it?
That is very hard to turn up. I love that show. I love that.
That show? The Silence of the Lambs show?
Yeah.
Mike, we have to send someone down there right now. You look washed out.
Yeah. What we need to send is a makeup artist.
Oh no, he doesn't need makeup.
Little
That's
Max
better,
Factor.
isn't
How
it?
dare
Isn't
you.
that okay? Is that
No,
better?
you're really washed out.
All right, hold on.
Like you're a ghost. You can't be that way.
No, like you're about to get to the
There we
part.
go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fixed it.
Yeah.
Now you're young and vibrant.
Boy.
Yeah,
I
boy.
fixed it there. But so anyway, we are serious. This is going to be a Friday preview of the bonus show. So check it out if you're somebody that has always thought about maybe dabbling, but you were too much of a blood-sucking tick. The fact is that we're offering it up
Our
to you.
expense is your win.
Exactly.
And so look forward to that. And by the way, for all the people that subscribe to the bonus show that are going to say, well, what about the regular show? Well, no, we're not doing a regular show. We are doing a Freeview Preview on Friday. Deal with it. And hey, this is full disclosure. So that's it. Now you know. So
That's
you
right.
can't whine about it because I'm telling you about it. Because I'll be honest with you, I have been a little hypersensitive to the fans of the Mike O'Mara show with the verbal crutch thing and everything else. And
they're all over us.
They're over even the nice people, even the people that love us, like Ronique, who was in the airport going, I'm wearing pajamas on the airplane
Yeah,
just to
you
piss
know
Mike
what?
O'Mara off. It's like, where did I deserve that? What
Why
did I
is he
deserve
all
that
up
for?
in our business?
I don't understand that
Yeah.
at all. But
Yeah.
Mike,
anyway.
they're all on our side.
Yeah, they are. They're all wonderful people. Let's open up. Speaking of wonderful people, it's time to open up the mailbag.
It's not
for
about
Tuesday. Tighter, brighter for your listening pleasure. Happy Tuesday. Happy everything. Yeah, happy life. Anyway,
Free.
Let's get to the
Preview.
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 Right.
Which is interesting because it's a
Preview.
audio.
Preview. It's free.
I
Don't
like the
cost
way I
nothing.
never listened to her when she goes, the top.
Happy birthday.
Let's say happy birthday to Steve Kelsey.
Happy birthday.
He's a righteous dude. Jasmine Schofield is turning 24 and will celebrate with a trip to Six Flags Vallejo and a turkey leg in Rob's honor.
Thank you, dear.
What better way? What a better way to celebrate your 24th than go to an amusement park?
Hey, they're very
Peter,
amusing, Mike.
Yeah. Peter Hennessy is a bitter Mainer, as discussed by Bob Marley. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yes.
They've gotten more bitter over the years. Hello, Governor LePage. Screw everybody there.
Come over here with your blade. You got a blade?
I don't understand why, I'll notice all those people that come into Maine, they just bring disease and pestilence.
Pestilence. Wow.
Anyway, Peter Hennessy just turned 49. Nicholas and Faith Humphreys both turned 13 last week, must be twins. Future P1 Nolan Vincent turned, that sounds like an actor from the 30s.
It does.
Mm-hmm. The Maltese Falcon, starring Nolan Vincent.
I like it. It's close-mouthed man.
Nolan Vincent isn't understanding this comedy because he turns 1 on St. Patrick's Day. His first year. What a great day to be born. St. Patty's Day.
My friend Pat was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Sorry about that.
Well, it happened.
You mean Pat House?
No, Pat Ham of the Vienna Hams.
Pat Ham. All right,
the
very good. Not
Hams.
Pat House.
No.
You notice my shoulders slumped when you said Pat because I thought of your friend Pat House?
Yeah, you and him bust heads somehow.
Tried to ruin the
Yeah.
Vegas trip.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't ruin it.
Almost.
Yes,
yeah.
he did. He ruined everything. Anyway, get Nolan Vincent a green birthday cake. Happy birthday to Kelly Crockett, the birthday rocket. You wrote that. Look at how happy he gets at his own stuff. That's the ego right there.
This is going to
That's
slay.
the massive ego.
No, I laugh
Birthday
because
rocket.
it's so stupid. It's kind of like All the Way with Kiki K. Another thing that doesn't make sense.
Kelly Crockett, the birthday rocket. I'm going to do it until he stops laughing at me. No,
We're going to be here all day.
Drew Johnson, now 13. Dig it.
13.
They're our birthdays.
Good age.
Let's get right to the letters, shall we?
Yes.
And by the way, you're doing a nice job sending us real letters as opposed to just requests.
Yeah, I agree.
Hi, guys. I moved to Kentucky about a year ago, and ever since then, I have been trying to get someone to sponsor me to become a colonel. My little brother visited the state for only 2 days for a law conference and was made a colonel. I asked him to sponsor me, but since he's a huge dick, he turned me down just so he could have something I don't. His name is Chris. He's a listener, and he's an ass.
Oh, Chris.
Wow.
Now he
A little
knows.
Sibling rivalry right there. Mike and Rob, since you are both colonels, would one of you please sponsor me? I will prepare all the paperwork, so all you would need to do is sign and submit. For your time, I'll send a bottle of local Kentucky bourbon. What say you? Thanks for the show, Philip Schmidt. Well, I can answer first. No.
Well,
Rob, what say you?
if it's good bourbon, then yes, but I'll need
You're
it
the bourbon
in advance.
guy. You're the bourbon guy.
I'll need the
Okay.
bourbon in advance.
Rob will do it for you if you send.
What is the paperwork?
It's a very
it like-
it's a lengthy
Is
form,
it
and here's
get-
the problem.
A passport? What are we talking
You
about?
actually have to make up some BS why this person has benefited the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Yeah.
And so,
How did you benefit the Commonwealth?
actually, I was sponsored by Tab Patterson,
Yes.
and he said he talks about fine bourbon on his radio show all the time. So he somehow coached me and painted me in the light of
Well,
someone
that's
like a
the
bourbon
challenge you're
enthusiast.
going to have, and that's why I said no.
Yeah, well,
That's
he's
not
going to
really why
prepare
I
the
said no.
paperwork.
All right, well, he prepares it. That'll be fine. Well, good luck,
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt.
Colonel?
Mike, Rob, and Oscar. He's not a colonel yet.
That's
Mike,
true.
Rob, and Oscar, I am loving the show more and more each day. I listened to last Tuesday's episode and listened to Mike talk up records, all the while hoping that Talk Up Tuesday becomes a regular weekly event before the mailbag. As Mike presses buttons here. Turning that down.
I like the notion.
this
I like the
down.
way it's called Talk Up Tuesday.
Talk Up Tuesday.
Talk Up Tuesday.
Alliteration.
Thank you for everything
Nice.
and keep up the fantastic work, Doug Fike. Doug Fike. Let me see. Let me think of one for Doug Fike. I got it. Turn your music
Okay,
down.
go ahead.
Beautiful
Oh, I love that jingle.
music on KNBR, San Francisco.
Ah, yes. I imagine there are great listeners out there. The greatest listeners are the ones that compliment me. Listeners like Doug Fike. Doug, God bless you.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Thank you.
I have to say this for people that are not like in the know. To talk up a downbeat piano record is so fantastic.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. Sure do. Hey, everybody, going to send out a great record to Mr. Doug Fike, the Fikester, the man of Fikestinia. What an incredible man he is. Hey, Doug, I just want to tell you 3 words. I love you. Thanks for the message. I appreciate it. I didn't type you.
You got it. Oh, I mean, it was a
No, I have to
musical
do it again.
post.
I
Will
have
you
to
do a
it again.
request
I'm sorry.
if you're going to
Yeah,
do it
go
again?
ahead.
Will you
Yeah,
send
go
out
ahead.
one to Kelly Crockett, the birthday rocket?
All right. A lot of great birthdays on the Mike O'Mara Show Tuesday mailbag. But none better than my lady. Hope it's a lady. Is it a guy or a lady? Lady. It's a lady. Her name is Kelly Crockett. She's the birthday rocket. I love her. All right, there we go. Thank you.
I love her.
I love her. That's sincere, DJ. I love her.
I don't understand.
I got to do one more for
I
Doug
don't
Fike.
understand.
I don't understand. I have to do one for Doug Fike. Okay, hold on.
WABC.
Hey, Doug Fike. Yeah, you asked for it. You got it. Everybody, by now you know, this is my favorite talk-up song. You know? This one's going out to a special friend, Doug Fike. I love him. Okay.
I don't understand.
Oh, you want me to do it? I'll do one like Gene Hackman.
Oh,
There
good.
we go.
Okay, good.
Let's do Gene
Kill the
Hackman.
music.
97 Wave.
There we go. All right, I'll do this one.
Good.
Sure. I don't understand. He's a woman? Is he gay? What is it? Somebody. I don't understand. Okay. Moving right along, guys. Bar soap. Does it clean itself? Discuss. Steph Baker.
I can take this
Steph,
one.
Stop that. Oh, of course you can.
As the father of a young teen, many times I have had to wash the soap before I could wash my hands.
Are you okay with sharing soap?
Well, if it's like bar soap,
No,
then
but a bar of soap.
I share with my wife.
But when you were a younger man in college,
Oh no! I'm very particular.
all my sweet mates when I was in college, they shared the same bar of soap, and it really skeeved me out.
That's because they used to spell it SWEET, mates.
You know, gentlemen, all I can do is, this is the first time I've seen this, so I can only offer an impromptu poem off the top of my head.
Thank you.
Based on when I lived in a group home in 5402 Cromwell Drive, Bethesda, Maryland at American University, okay?
Okay.
All right. When you get up nice and early, touch the bar soap, get a curly.
You know,
Thank you.
I wouldn't have gotten the verbiage right, but I knew your rhyming couplet before you did
Okay.
it.
You did? You knew I was going to do a curly?
Yeah, it's
All right.
nice.
Thank you. Hello, friends. Yeah.
I think we answered
Big
that question.
Ken
adequately.
Wells, if you want to know the
no!
name, Ken Wells, former TV anchor man. I don't know if Ken's still alive. I haven't been in contact
I
with
remember.
him. but
Didn't you used
Ken
to
was
call him Shaggy?
Yeah, he had very, very dark hair. Anyway, hello, friends. This Friday, I will officially stop being a leech. I'll be getting a bonus in my paycheck, and I plan to invest part of it. Okay. Can I just say this? You're getting we're not talking about Fort Knox here to get the bonus show, all right?
No.
It's not like you have to sell a car to get the bonus show.
You spend less
people.
on a nice dinner.
Right.
That's right. Exactly. I plan to invest to become a bonus show subscriber. No more sucking for me. I appreciate it, David. I'm sorry. On a serious note, I, like all of the interns you now have, except perhaps the Italian guy, but I really miss Ashley and her wonderful laugh. Do you have any updates on Ashley and how she is doing these days? Yours in Christ, David Russell from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Do we?
She's still in Colorado, right?
Ashley butt dialed me 3 days ago,
Hey, now.
and I didn't know
Really?
it was Ashley because I called the number back and I said, hello? She goes, Oscar? She goes, is everything okay? And I said, yeah, you're just calling from this number. She goes, it's Ashley. I'm like, why are you whispering? She
So
goes,
you got a real update. Is she okay?
Yeah. She goes, I'm at a bank. And I'm like, why are you at a bank? She goes, I'm a teller. I'm calling you from my bank teller.
I don't
Oh, she's a bank teller
Yeah,
now?
right. Just part-time or part-time job.
Well, I know. You know what? That's a good idea because, she was responsible for taking money for, I believe, the meet and greet
Yes.
in New Orleans. And
Yeah.
all the books balanced.
All
That's
balanced.
good.
Yeah.
Good for her. Moving right along. Gentlemen, all three of you have experience with mentoring teenagers. Mike's daughters have turned out wonderfully. Rob is a shining example of a dad of teens. And the teenagers that Oscar dated have, for the most part, stayed off the pole and out of jail.
This is true.
I am a divorced dad of 3 teenagers, Andrew, Faith, and Nicholas. Can you either give me some pro tips on parenting teenagers or give them some coaching? I'll hang up and listen. John Humphreys, Dares Beach, Maryland. P.S. I just got my tax refund, and now I am getting the bonus show. I just sold my 3rd house, and I'm able to buy the bonus show now.
I traded my yacht for the bonus.
So let me see. John, I will tell you that I wish I'd been more involved in my daughter's lives because that's the tough thing about divorce. You got to maximize the time when you have it, and that's all I would say about it. And now that they're getting older, I'd like to spend more time with them. But in my daughter's case, Catherine, it's less time, so I just cherish the time that I have with them. And that's whether it's every 3rd day, every weekend, every month, every year. It doesn't matter. When they're around you, it's organic. If you love being around your daughters and you get excited about being around your daughters, that's good enough for me. And that's it.
He's got
As
a
far as
son as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
his son.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess he's got. By the way, if you're divorced, as far as the parenting part, usually that means a lot of the responsibilities you're not responsible
Yeah,
for.
you
so
can be the
you're
fun
off the
dad.
hook, dude.
You can
There
be the
go.
fun. Be the fun dad.
Be the fun dad, right?
Exactly.
Daddy Day, Daughter Day,
Exactly.
like Larry King.
Hi.
I don't think that was really
Shower
good. You
them-
would have more. You would have more direct advice about parenting. What would be your number one rule of thumb?
What did you like about your dad when you're divorced?
Oh, my dad, I always loved that one day a year that he'd come by the house. It was special.
Oh,
And I
that's
remember
so
what he'd
sad.
say. He'd sit me down. He'd say,
That's
son,
so sad.
he'd say, son, tell your mom I'm sorry they're late. And I'd say, can we
Once a
go to
year.
McDonald's? He'd say, I got a thing. So why don't you just watch TV and I'll call you. And so that was good. And I turned out just fine. Look at me.
Daddy Day Sunday.
I'm not morbidly obese and unhappy. So there's
Wow. Okay. Guys, moving right along.
Yes.
Rob, I think we need to. Guys,
Ah!
we visited Japan a few years ago. My son was stationed at Yokota Air Force Base, and we stayed for 2 weeks. Here are some things to share with Pony Boy as he plans his trip.
that. Coming up.
No, I'm not doing any. I'm not doing it. You have to qualify it in this day and age. I'm not doing any accent whatsoever.
What you
I am
should
simply-
do is a voice devoid of an accent.
Open container. There are no open container laws in Japan. So go into a 7-Eleven and buy a tall, cool one and walk down the street. This is one aspect of the culture that I especially like. God, is that an American?
It's like
right
New
there?
Orleans.
You drink a beer outside. Goes to one of the great cultures in society, in the world cultures, and get a beer open, dude, just like New Orleans.
I think
dude.
you're missing the point here, Jimmy. He didn't even lead with beer. He led with
Right.
7-Eleven. They have
7-Eleven. Yeah.
7-Elevens.
Yeah.
There were a couple of places that had beer in vending machines. Plus, vending machines are everywhere. We're American. Is this? It's textbook. American
Signed
businesses.
Jimmy Cerrito.
Sounds like Jimmy wrote this.
Hey.
American businesses. Yes, 7-Eleven is there. Yeah, that you mentioned that before. And a lot of the American restaurants are there. Yeah, because that's what you want
Yeah.
when you go halfway across the world. You want American restaurants.
Let's get Applebee's.
Many of them have adopted to local tastes, so lots of rice and curry dishes.
Pony, do you know how to say in Japanese more salad and breadsticks?
I have no idea.
That's when you're going to want
This
to
next
learn.
heading is English.
yes.
Wherever you go, you can generally find someone who speaks English, and most signs are written in both Japanese and English. Well, that's for Tourons. That's
Yeah.
good. Mystery meat, Pony. If you go to any festivals, then be adventurous. Now there you go. Now he's turning
Yeah.
it around. We went to several while we were there. It was not unusual to see meats on a stick being sold by vendors. We even saw a woman walking around eating a fish on stick. That's kind of cool. I didn't ask any questions, just pointed to a stick with meat on it and bought it. It tasted great. I didn't want to find out what it was. It could have been a whale. It could have been it could have been whale, not a whale. It could have been whale or horse. For all I know, yeah.
If it was an actual whale, it would have to be like at least a broomstick.
Public transport. Subways and trains are silent as a funeral. No one talks to anyone. Well, unlike the incredible conversations
Yeah.
we have on our metro system,
Exactly.
I guess it's a cultural thing. My son and his wife used Google Maps to get around for the most part. It's the best way to find the nearest train station and ride a bullet train. They fly. Bathrooms. Some bathrooms surpass Western standards. They have a multitude of buttons, all written in Japanese. Don't do like my wife did and press the wrong one at a train station.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
jeez.
She pressed the emergency button and security came running. Have fun, Chris Tilton. Chris, that was a good letter. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
When do you
that
leave,
was
Tony?
interesting.
It's a week after next, on the
Wow.
22nd.
Wow.
Have you been in contact with anybody about your trip?
I've
You
been
said?
talking to the tour company, and I'm really excited. They sent
Have
over
you have you talked to anybody else?
nobody
Like
else.
somebody who might be coordinating some of your travel plans?
I haven't heard from him.
Wow.
Is
Do-
it still on?
Do you have a ticket?
It's on. It's on. It's
Is anybody
happening.
like a liaison? Because that was the Mr. Liaison.
he-
I'm just curious. I
That guy
guess
was
the
the
answer is
bridge to Japan.
He was.
Yeah.
The liaison is the tour company.
Oh,
That's
okay.
who I've been talking to mostly.
He's handed everything over
All
to
right.
them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Hands up.
Moving right along. Gentlemen, I will be brief. What are your favorite dishes at Peking Gourmet? I'll hang up and listen. Mike Robichaux, no relation to Tommy Robichaux, Morganton, North Carolina. There, you have to have the duck. It is
Yeah.
famous.
Sure,
and that
but
is-
also they're leek dumplings because they raise their own leeks.
and Szechuan. It's called Szechuan beef proper, which is a flash fried. Look at Oscar laughing at us. A flash fried beef strips.
George
that
H.W.
are
Bush's
phenomenal.
favorite dinner was that one.
Absolutely fantastic. Joyen shrimp is another fantastic.
That's a good one.
dish.
And also remember what when I saw Bill Clinton there, and I said, President Clinton, what did you enjoy for dinner? And he said,
the
I
lamb
had the
chops."
lamb chops. They were great.
Yeah, I wouldn't get lamb chops at Peking.
You know
Gourmet.
what?
I've had
If you
them.
get-
They're amazing.
If you get the tasting
Really?
menu,
Yeah.
they send you a lamb chop, and they are unlike
They're
anything
great?
you've ever had. Yeah.
The
Mike,
two
I hope
things,
that's.
two things I remember about that place.
Okay,
Yes.
can I guess one of them?
Go ahead.
It's in a strip mall, and it's overrated. Is that your
Is
answer?
that what he thinks?
No, it's in a strip mall,
Hey!
and that's the first time I had duck, and I liked it.
Yeah, duck is pretty good.
Yeah.
And listen, when you get if you've never had the classic dish at a Chinese restaurant called Peking duck,
Right.
you're not going to get better.
No, it's the
just not
best.
going to be better. It will be the best, and they will carve it at your table. And I would recommend that. And then they give you little pancakes that you roll it up.
Yep.
And it's like a little. It's fantastic food. It's
And also,
it's
you don't
best
need a
Chinese
reservation.
restaurant.
Just go in at 7 o'clock on a Saturday. and
Don't
they'll
listen
seat you
to
right
this
away.
man. You need a reservation.
They have to own the
Very
building,
good.
right? They have to own that entire building. Like it's a,
They have
75-year
been there.
lease.
They have been there for a million years.
Yeah, they have.
They have truly been there, and I'm glad they're still there. And our final
Like
letter
laundromat.
says, "Hi guys, hey guys. I noticed something interesting on the podcast, and I'm wondering if it's an East Coast versus West Coast thing. You often say Chinese food, but I grew up in Vegas, always say Chinese food. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I say Chinese, and they say Chinese.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to.
Chinese.
Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Chinese. I think I put the accent on chai.
Chai. Chinese.
Chinese. Thoughts? Tommy, age 36 from Tokyo.
This has been the most Asian-themed mailbag
My
ever.
mom calls it El Hunan.
Oh, because of Hunan, China.
Hunan Delight is where we go in
you know
Albany,
what?
Maryland.
As far as I'm
Free plug.
concerned, Tommy, just go or point at it and order some meat on a stick. Thank you very much.
if
Rob,
it's a
start the
whale?
show, you hump. It's a whale. Whale!
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world. Now, as you know, the San Diego Zoo is one of the finest zoos in the world, and we've had this young lady on the show very often the past,
Turn that up for
I
me.
guess, 7 or 8 years. She's been appearing with us.
9 years. About 9 years.
Right, yeah. Several plus several will be about
Johnny
9.
Carson with Oscar
You
Simon.
said 7 or 8.
No, I
It's
said
been-
no, I didn't say 7 or 8. I said several.
Then you said 7 or 8, and I said
Did I?
9. Yes.
9. Good, thank you.
Some of the animals you had as babies are now 10 years old.
That would be about right.
Remember the animals that did something funny on your tie?
Yes,
Those little lions, the little baby lions, were 1 year old.
that's right.
They are now treacherous and ferocious 10-year-old animals.
Okay. Anyway, Joan Embry is here tonight.
And she's now 32.
That's right. Joan is an animal handler and a trainer. And you really think you're fooling everybody, don't you?
No.
And she
I'm
also...
just here to do my best to help you.
I know that. And she does her 3 horse shows a day. Did you know that? At the animal park.
Boy,
What?
what an exciting idea.
Would you like an army cot or something? Maybe just to kind of catch up on a little,
No.
little nappy poo? Just might snap you right out of it. Okay.
I love Joan. I'm the only one who went down to see Joan. Doc has never seen her. You've never seen her. I went to the wild animal
It's all
farm.
right. It's all right. It's okay.
But you're upsetting me. You're
No,
upsetting me.
no. I don't upset you.
I went down, Joan, and I
I know
wrote
you
it.
did. That's all right.
Don't say. No.
What?
I know her. I went down and.
Oh, I know you did. I know you went down there. And
I held a baby gorilla.
I couldn't go with you that week. You held a baby gorilla. Good. All right. And let's get her out here quickly. Would you welcome Joan Embry?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his settee, here's Mike.
That's a new.
We mix them up sometimes, you know.
Live from the Pfeiffer Studios in our nation's capital, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show is a radio show and a worldwide podcast with loyal listeners who get it. If you're here, you're in the know. We are on air, on demand, and heard on the new TMOS app. Update it now. Get our show all day, every day. Reach us at 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now. Don't forget, tomorrow is Wide Open Wednesday. You can call us starting at 9 a.m.
Niner.
tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Our show today brought to you by Beachbody On Demand. Amazingly, there's already a touch of springtime in the air, so you better start thinking about the warm weather months ahead. And you know what? It's going to be great.
Great.
This is your year. This is your year, Wade. And all you need is Beachbody On Demand. It's an online fitness streaming service that gives you unlimited access to a wide variety of the best world-class workouts on your computer, on your smart TV, on your tablet, on your smartphone, or any other web-enabled device. Work out whenever you want, wherever you want. No need for DVDs or a trip to the gym. You can even work out in a hotel room if you're traveling. That's what's great about Beachbody On Demand. They offer workouts ranging from cardio to weight training. They've got yoga. They've got low-impact, even dance. They've got PiO, P90X, T25, 21-day fix insanity, 3-week yoga retreat. They got them all. Beachbody On Demand even has nutritional help, and your annual subscription is cheaper than a gym membership. And it's better than a gym membership because you can do it on your own time.
Anywhere,
whenever you
anytime,
want.
yeah.
You need to give this service a try. Right now, our listeners can get a free trial membership when you text TMOS to 303030. That's full access to this entire platform free. All the workouts and nutrition information at no cost to you. Just text TMOS to 303030. That's 3 30s.
Right.
303030. 303030.
Like, thank you to Forrest Kelly.
Thank you. 1-800-AM. Are you going back to that
Yes,
one? I remember that one.
Couldn't read call signs.
1-900-AM.
AM.
400 AM.
106.7
This is
FM.
the Forrest Kelly. What Bones?
Yeah,
Right? He was Bones
Dr.
on
McCoy.
Star Trek.
Dr. McCoy, yeah.
Way back when he's dead now. A lot of people we interviewed are. Anyway,
You're a person of interest in half of them.
people die, Mike. Deal with it.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. I do understand one thing. We have created a craze, Oscar. I think that sometimes I think the power of this show is greater than even we realize. When you are considering the fact that now Stroopwafels are flying off the shelves. Stroopwafels are the new food craze, and I think we are responsible. I think we started it right here.
I have seen at least 2 posts on Facebook of people
where they were gone.
They wanted to buy them, and they're not on the shelf. The tag is there, but the Stroopwafel themselves, gone.
Out of there.
Gone.
So, if you don't know what a Stroopwafel is, let me explain it to you. It's 2 tiny little cookies with caramel in the middle, and the way that they do it in the Dutch areas is they put the Stroopwafel over their cup of coffee and let the steam from the coffee melt the caramel, and it's just a delicious confection. You know,
The
sometimes
Stroopwafel is larger than the diameter of the cups, then, so it does not
it
fall
doesn't
in.
matter. Sometimes it's perfect. It sits right on the just a tad larger, so that the steam rises.
Is it as
up
big
and
as a
gets in.
compact disc?
Not quite as big as a compact disc. That would be larger. But I think the Stroopwafel is just a little bigger than the opening of the average coffee cup.
It
I think.
hangs on the rim?
It's right on the rim, so the steam can come up into the caramel, in the cookie, and then
Is it
you can softly
then it
eat
softens.
and it might have just a little taste of the coffee in it,
Sure.
too, yes.
Is it a dessert?
It could. Well, I certainly consider anything with caramel in it to be a dessert.
Okay.
But unfortunately, Mrs. O'Mara put me on a very restricted diet yesterday. The Stroopwafels have left the home, and unfortunately, I am now required to have a dinner of rice and root vegetables with little salt and pepper. That
I'm
was
checking,
my dinner last night. Yum yum.
I'm
Great
checking
to be
the
back on
dictionary.
What?
You should not say Stroopwafels. You should say Stroopwafelen.
Stroopwafelen?
That would be the plural.
Wo ist das Stroopwafelen? There's the package of the einen Stroopwafelen. Wo is it? That it's tasty. Oscar, have you ever had one? Have you?
Oh, no,
have
I've
you
never
tried
had
a
one.
Stroopwafel?
No.
I haven't either.
We must bring the Stroopwafels into. Hey, Andre.
Yes, sir.
I have a question for you. Do you have anything equivalent of a Stroopwafel in Italy? You don't, right? You have
Not that I know of,
biscotti.
no.
That's what you have,
Yes,
right?
yes, that is correct.
And what is it?
Tiramisu, Mike.
Did we ever? Okay, calm down. Okay, Arbuckle, just slow down a little bit.
You got
All
it,
right?
Ollie.
Let me ask you this:
Yes.
Did we ever get into food with you at all? We knew that you
At the
cooked or you
begin-
liked to
yeah,
cook, right?
At the beginning, you like asked
And you
me.
talked about a little simple pasta with
Yes,
just
exactly.
like olive oil.
That's the only thing I said about food.
What region of Italy are you from?
I'm from Milan, so it's up north.
All right, up north. And north is Milan. Florence is also up north, correct?
Yes,
is that
yes,
right?
yes.
And that part of the world
Fashion,
is
high
known,
fashion.
Yes.
But it's also known for wonderful food up there. Are there any particular like restaurants where you would go that where you would really dig, or something special that Could you give
there
any?
was like this very small restaurant that was around the corner from where I lived. It was called Il Solferino.
This is in Milan or here in the
Yes,
States?
Milan.
Okay.
In Milan.
It's like our Maggiano's here.
Yeah.
And Solferino, like they had these pasta dishes that were really good, and then they had these different meat dishes that were also very good. They made some very nice sauces. And yeah.
When you came to the States and like say, have you ever been to a place, say like Pizza Hut? And when you went there, did you want to kill yourself?
No, I wouldn't do that to myself. No, I wouldn't do Pizza Hut.
Have you seen any
If you
American
did Pizza Hut, that would be like this, yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Prima.
Oh, Marie.
Oh, Marie.
I'm sorry.
I like it.
I don't know.
Pizza Hut, the new official sponsor of the NFL.
Oh, yeah, they got that cheap.
Really?
Yeah, because Papa John, he said,
So well, Papa John didn't say The NFL said no to Papa John.
Well,
correct?
they broke up.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't
then,
Papa John? Didn't he do something wrong?
Well, Papa
Didn't Papa
John
John
didn't
do something
agree
bad?
with the way the NFL was handling their social issues with outside the field, on and off the field.
And the commissioner
so Papa
doesn't
John
like
was
the green pepper
was
on
Papa
that.
John the instigator? He was the one that said
Yeah, I think
screw
he-
you
he-
NFL,
he-
or did the NFL say screw you Papa
Okay,
John?
so what really happened is this: is that Domino's is kicking everyone's ass. They just are, because they're ahead in the technology side. That the app that you can see your pizza going into the oven, getting out of the oven, delivering to your house.
Right.
So the market share was, as far as Domino's is concerned, was consumed by Domino's. Papa John's put millions and millions of dollars into their world of marketing with NFL. And then when the quarterly reports came out, they weren't doing so hot. So during,
Even though they use better ingredients?
I think Papa John's is a superior pizza.
Sure.
But I'll say this, that the idea that you're on a quarterly call for your company for Papa John's, and you blame the NFL for your low, I guess your numbers being lower than you thought you projected,
Right.
then the NFL's not going to be okay with that, right?
of
So
course
they're going to be like, you're going to blame us because people are social justice fighters aren't ordering Papa John's because they're watching the NFL. No, that's not the case.
Oh, you're such a right-wing hump.
So they found somebody else, and the new hot chick is Pizza Hut.
And they put cheese right inside the crust.
Yeah, there you go. It's a divisiveness 101. Hey, Andreas.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this: How do you think Americans are perceived at this moment in time internationally? In Europe, for example, you can only use the Italian perspective, and you've been in the States for a while. But how are we right now? The snapshot in time. How are we perceived around the world?
Well, so
Because I've heard bad things.
The honest response actually is I don't know. Because at least in Italy, it's like right now they're thinking about other things. There was recently the election in Italy, and there was a mess with that, and so they're trying to deal with their own things. As far as as far as America is concerned, I really don't know what the perspective on it is. They're certainly not too happy about it.
America is the best place to live in the world.
It's
Of course,
the best place
of course.
in the world.
Here.
America number one.
But
As an
Why don't
immigrant,
you just
I know this.
Why don't you just calm your ass?
Shut
down?
up, Canada.
I'm talking to that. Okay, I'm talking. Why'd you say Canada? Why did you say Canada?
They're watching. They're always
Oh,
watching.
okay. No, it's a beautiful country. It's a wonderful country, and they're great states.
trade
and the
wars,
greatest
Mike.
country in the world, like Florida.
Tariffs.
Tariffs. It's a tariff war.
Oh, I hate me a tariff, boy.
By the way, I don't even care what Andreas says because just hearing him say it is, I know, a benefit for our listeners.
Oh, yeah, the
I know
ladies
there are
love
people.
it.
And Rob, you need to get some music when he speaks. You have
Okay.
to get some music and take your time when he speaks. So, Andrea,
Yes.
you don't
Slow
have the
jam.
perspective on it, and Italy's got better things to worry about right
Yes.
now. And are you pleased with the response that you have gotten from our listening audience?
I am. I always like compliments. There's nothing bad with them.
Thank you. That's
Can't go
I
wrong.
love talking to
That's
him.
so true.
That's all I need from
So
him.
clean,
He's giving
so
me what I
nice.
need every day. That's awesome. We have to take a break. We have to
right.
take a break. Save it for next time when he's in. We'll play some. Rob, what's that? What do you have?
Oh no,
What
this
was
is the music to go to commercials.
that? Oh, okay. That's good. We will talk to Andrea next time.
This is more Spanish. This is Musica
That
Espanol.
is the way. We have better things to worry about. I have to worry about how to make love to beautiful women. That's it. Thank you. It was great talking to you. You are very large, man. Anyway, we will take a break and come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show. America.
Do you like the Mike O'Mara bonus show? I've been a big fan of the regular show ever since it was on terrestrial. But I think the bonus show is the group's undisputed masterpiece. It's an epic meditation on intangibility. At the same time, it deepens and enriches the meaning of the regular show. Listen to the brilliant ensemble playing of O'Mara, Spiewak, and Santana. The show is extremely uplifting. It's as positive and affirmative as anything I've heard in a podcast. The TMOS bonus show. Don't just stare at it, buy it.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show, brought to you by Blue Apron. Hey, when the Blue Apron box arrives at the O'Mara house, everybody gets happy. Everybody. Carla loves to cook it. I love to eat it, and the variety is amazing. Thanks for that coffee, Rob. Carla loves to cook it. I love to eat it.
Well, you do. We all do, because it's delicious.
I know. It just makes me, I've cooked it before. I've actually prepared Blue Apron before. Did
Well,
you know
love
that?
to cook it, and Carla loves
do.
to eat it.
The variety is amazing. It is the better way to cook. They even have a vegetarian option. As a matter of fact, that's what we get exclusively, the vegetarian options. And I forgot what it is today, but I'm going to bring a picture of it in next time I tell you about Blue Apron. They are delicious vegetarian options. I love my Blue Apron. Blue Apron is the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S., and for good reason. When you cook with Blue Apron, you're not just having burgers for dinner. You're making short rib burgers with a hoppy cheddar sauce on a pretzel bun. You're preparing seared steaks and thyme pan sauce with mashed potatoes, green beans, and crispy shallots, all in under 45 minutes. My mouth is watering.
Yeah, literally.
Sorry. And without a trip to the grocery store, Blue Apron delivers fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes right to your door. The menu changes every week based on what's in season, and it's designed by Blue Apron's in-house culinary team. Plus, Blue Apron sends only non-GMO ingredients and meat with no added hormones. Blue Apron is treating our listeners to $30 off their first order if you visit blueapron.com/TMOS. So check out this week's menu and get your $30 off at blueapron.com/TMOS. Blue Apron is the better way to cook, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to tell you.
I went on social media yesterday to describe my afternoon. And my afternoon, when Michael came back from his trip up north, I promised him a little treat, and I went to the local Walmart and went to the Richie Rich aisle of toys, which is the Lego section. I don't know if you've noticed.
Now, is it set up like my Target, where it's almost like an impulse buy? The Lego section of the toys faces out, so you see it as you're approaching.
This is actually the
toy aisle.
I found the Legos on a regular aisle that I went up. But I should point out for all future parents, if your kid gets into Legos, all right, the average price of a toy is, let's say, $15.
Right, expensive
for a child's toy. Okay, the average price of a Lego, $2,500. That's how much. No, the Legos are not. The Legos are in a completely different stratosphere.
Okay.
I mean, you can't run in to a toy store and just say, I'm going to buy a big Lego city without checking your bank account. Legos are insanely expensive. But I will tell you this, that I got a small one for him. I think it was like $25 to $26.
Okay.
And it was on sale that they had.
A car, a house.
I got him a Coast Guard helicopter.
Okay, cool.
With
Get to the
a
chopper.
little, with like a little lighthouse setup that they had.
Oh,
It was
that's
really
nice.
for Legos. I mean, Legos they go over $100.
Oh,
some
absolutely.
of these Lego
I
games.
I have a colleague that bought, I think, the Death Star for like $1,000.
Yeah, just
when
stunning.
Robert was growing up, he
Stunning.
wanted the Millennium Falcon, and I said, "Son, denied."
Yeah, it's just so
It's too much,
expensive. But the thing about Legos is they give you the age range for what kids are going to be able to put these together. The Coast Guard chopper that I got for my son was 6 to 8. He can't put this together.
Well, also,
there's
you
too
can't.
much
You're too
going
old.
on. Well, the fact is,
You cheated.
I am tasked with that. All right, so
Ages
but
6 to 60.
Do you do it together with him?
I do sometimes, and he was off to school on Monday, and in his cute little way, he said, Daddy, he came over, he was so adorable, he said, Daddy, when I come home, can you, and the way he doesn't get tense right. You know, he said, Daddy, when I come home, will you put the Coast Guard helicopter together for me? And I said, Yes, I will. Now, that's a promise. When you make that promise, that's etched in stone.
You're
you
locked
have no
in.
choice. So the show is over. I was going to run out and run some errands, which really is just an excuse for farting around at a golf store. And as I'm about to put the key in my pocket, Mrs. O'Mara says, "What about the helicopter you said you'd put together?" And I did the Napoleon. Oh, God. And I realized I had promised him.
Yes.
What I didn't realize was I was anticipating maybe 45 minutes. Tops 45 minutes.
No.
And it was new,
Like 3 or 4 hours.
45
2
minutes
hours
to
and 10.
sort the pieces.
2 hours and 15. 2 hours and 15.
Oh.
It was a small little thing. But I will tell you this, that when you get into it, because it's so perfectly laid out, that you just get into the rhythm of it. And
It's satisfying. Yeah.
let me tell. Have you put together Legos?
Oh,
a lot of
sure.
Legos in
Yeah.
your lifetime.
Mhm.
I'm brand new to this. I really, because my daughters were not into Legos. Who am I kidding? I wouldn't know if they were. Wasn't there. But the fact is that well,
They kept
truth is
wanting
truth.
the Lego they wanted was called Father.
Yeah, I know.
They
Daddy
would,
day, daughter.
They would build
Uh,
dad with their Legos.
That's right. They build a daddy. Lego daddy. Lego daddy's nice. Anyway,
Lego Daddy came to my thing at school.
My recital.
Lego daddy. Hey, I went to everything. I made all those concerts. Anyway, so I'm putting this together. Rob, is it true? The thing that's cool about Legos, and they don't need me to give them a commercial.
No,
For
they
God's
don't.
sakes, that we should have a sponsor.
But you
And-
shouldn't be as proud of yourself. You built something that's a 4 to 6 year old can build.
It's a 6 to 8 year old
or-
can build this,
yeah.
and the
Yeah,
instructions
Oscar.
are right there.
Yeah.
So it requires no effort, but
Yes.
it's just time consumption. And the thing about it is, what I noticed, and maybe you could enlighten me on this, the like the helicopter that has all these different parts. As you are putting piece and piece and piece, it gets sturdier and sturdier and sturdier.
Sure,
right?
like putting together a desk.
But ultimately, it is still a Lego. It is still
You can never drop
is
it.
Still
You can't really
pieces.
play with it.
But Robert, as a Lego guy, and he's past it now, he wasn't detail oriented. So a lot of my job was undoing Legos because I
Right.
said, "Oh, well that looks like it could go there, but let's look at this paper." And then I had to go get the tiniest screwdriver because those little baby 2-dot Legos, once they're on, those suckers are on.
You got to chip them off.
Yeah, you got to.
It was 2 hours, roughly 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Did you
Just
have
a
any
little
disassembly
over-
moments? Did you make any missteps that you had to go back?
No, and the thing,
That's
and I
good.
look, I hope I'm doing a commercial for them, but I mean the fact is, they have a few extra pieces, right? They throw in extra pieces in there, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Well, then I forgot a few pieces. I don't know what but I thought I put it together. I thought I did a perfect job. I really did. I thought I put a perfect job together. It looked great. It looked great. And then, of course, I posted because I am like you in that way, Rob. When something is important,
Sure, you
and I
wanna
feel
share
I
it.
want to. I want to share. I shared that. I don't like to share stuff like that, but I did. I said
I think it's
put the
important you
Legos,
shared.
and-
It was
and
great.
then
As a matter
later
of fact,
I
yours
took a picture.
it looks less pathetic because your son was holding a toy that he loved. I was posting a picture of a 45 RPM record. So I think
Right.
what you did actually is very sweet and charming, and mine might be a cry for help.
And Lego has such a I guess a diverse line of toys.
Yeah.
Where you could build the White House, or you could build a helicopter. You could build the Batmobile. You could build the Ghostbusters
It's
machine.
got-
I
Whatever you
have
want.
the
right?
yellow
So much
submarine
money.
in my
Yeah, there
basement.
you
Yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm.
So much money, and a lot of the people on the thread would say, "Well, it'll be good while it lasts," and so we're getting ready. It's around
Thanks.
bedtime. He gets home. He is in love with it. It
Of
is
course.
worth every second. He loves it, and he's being very delicate with it, and he's being very gentle with it. We're getting close to bedtime. He goes into the kitchen with it. He comes out, and then I see it leave his hands, and I go, "No!" And it falls to the floor and explodes. It was It was Lego pieces as far as the eye can see. Two major parts that have separated, but little tiny and then I did the rebuild. And by the way, I've thrown all the what's number 4, what's number 3, what's number 2. I've thrown them away, and it was I was able putting it back together.
So you're putting it together like they're assembling a rifle in a Vietnam film.
Exactly.
Just totally blind.
Totally blind. And I put it back together, and and today he took it to school. And it's a no-touch show and share where none of the kids get to touch it. So I hope it doesn't get broken. I really do. He took it to school today. He's so cute. I love that kid.
Willing to bet $20 American that in the next week, someone in your house, barefoot, will step on a Lego and say a bad word.
Yeah, I know.
Because it always happens.
It was special.
And I
really was.
think my brother used to do this. Once he knew how to build it, and if he wanted to be perfect, he used to super glue the blocks
I've heard
together.
of that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He would sit there with super glue, and every block would be super glued, so he could actually play with it and move it around without breaking up.
It's big fun, and this weekend we got
another build?
I didn't even tell him. I got another build because it's in the garage. I haven't brought it back.
What is it?
Put it together. It's the Lego beer cooler. We're going to have so much fun with that. Little bitty Lego Budweisers. It's going to be.
Just goes to show how much things have changed. When I was in elementary school, I would have killed for a no-touch day.
Yeah, no-touch day. I know.
Things were different in the 70s, man.
So the Lego beer cooler will be really wonderful. Hey, St. Patrick's Day right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Little tiny
Lego,
Rudy Martzke.
Yeah, the Lego green beer tap. It's going to be really, really cool. You can never get him. He can't drink the stuff yet. I'm not a child abuser.
No.
But the fact is, you can certainly get his mind right on it.
Yeah. You have the countdown calendar to his 21st birthday, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Colburns are coming in for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, nice.
Get ready, liver. We'll take a break. Come back with more fun and more thrills on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi there, it's me,
Jim Amato.
Growing old, finding the right companion, and marry and kill. Some of the in-depth topics that Dirk Vastrick and I discuss on this week's Omeracast. If you'd like to take part in the fun, send us a message through the Omeracast fan page on Facebook or tweet us. The Twitter handle is @Omeracast. Download and listen on the new Playapod app or the TMOS app or at MikeOmeraShow.com. Now back to more TMOS fun. Here's Mike.
We on Spotify now? We're Spotify.
We're on Spotify as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Find us everywhere.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Cornerstone First Financial. For a while, we've been telling you how great the guys at Cornerstone First Financial are, and here's proof. Cornerstone First Financial is now offering the Hometown Heroes program. Listen up, which is for police, firefighters, teachers, and veterans looking to purchase or refinance a home. These heroes will receive 20% off the participating real estate agent's commission towards their closing costs. So if you're a firefighter, police officer, teacher, or veteran buying or selling a house, please visit cornerstonefirst.com and they'll connect you with the real estate company that covers all the states they're licensed in. Again, at closing, 20% off the commission goes to the hero. Plus, they're still getting a free appraisal from Cornerstone, so this is a huge savings. It's a fact that interest rates are going up, so all TMOS listeners need to act now to refi and take cash out or to pay off debt before they go up further. Click their banner ad on our website or call Cornerstone First Financial 202-625-1221. Mention TMOS and receive a free appraisal at closing. That's cornerstonefirst.com/TMOS or 202-625-1221. Personal attention from application to closing, licensed in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, and Florida. And thank you to all of our heroes from Cornerstone First Financial.
I love seeing them give
thank
back.
you.
Awesome. Just good stuff.
Pony Boy, how another update. We haven't talked to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? You were a little testy with taking the patch off. How is your non-smoking going? I want to keep that eye on the prize with that. What's going on?
Yeah, it's going very well today. I think yesterday was the last of the the really difficult days once you get off of all the nicotine replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm now at over 3 weeks and I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
He's
Feeling
lost
good.
the eye of the lighter.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Tell them about when
God.
you were out walking or jogging in your neighborhood. It's a great story.
Yesterday,
You were
on
jogging?
Saturday. On Saturday, I went running, and
he was
I just
chasing
wanted
the
to,
dream.
I wanted to see how much better my lung function would be, even after just 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I
He's
felt
in.
like
I know he's on
Bionic
if
Man.
he's doing that. That's
I felt like Steve
That
Austin.
is, God, that makes me
That
happy.
is
Isn't
great.
that great?
I love
That
it.
is really, really
If you guys can
phenomenal.
do it, everyone can do it.
That's right.
Right?
Well, I did the biking,
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Oscar told me I'd double it to 4 miles. I actually went to about almost 5.5 miles
Nice.
yesterday. And the only thing with me is my ass is going
Jesus! Please, God, get off of this thing now, my God!
You'll get used to it.
You will. You will.
Yeah,
It's
I
that
know,
comfort
I know.
seat with no
Well,
nose.
I have a. By the way, for those of you that want to know, my bike seat, my Fat Man bike seat that I have, it's not a Fat Man bike seat. It is a noseless bike seat.
Yes.
So it
Just wider out back.
We call it the Michael Jackson.
the only way that I, because he didn't have a nose.
It
'cause of the
fell
plastic
off at
surgery.
the end. Yeah, it's sad, right?
Sad, right? It's just noseless.
So messed up.
Michael Douglas.
Jackson,
Michael Jackson. Now I can't continue when he talks about Michael Jackson having no nose.
Sham on.
So it's noseless. So the best way to describe, I'm going to get a little graphic here. It doesn't put added pressure on the taint.
Yes.
That's the big difference there, you know. And
Are you looking to special?
That was also Michael Jackson's motto at Neverland, by the way.
Are you looking into special equipment outside of your current setup for your bike?
I have a 21 speed bike. So I have 21 speed, and it's got 3 gears. You know this, Oscar, because you ride. It's got 3 gears on the left with a little twisty thing. It's amazing how they've made progress with that. And then it's got 7 on the right. And I would say that the gear that I rode most of the time would probably between 5 and 6 is what I rode.
Because you can
Cacoon.
maximize
Not a lot of hills, not a lot of
minimize
so there's
your
like
effort.
3 major gears and then 7 subsets
Yes.
within, so that's why it's 21 speeds.
Yeah.
So would you select the 1, 2, or 3? Then do you go through the 7?
I don't take it off of 3. It's on 3 almost
all the time.
It's,
It lives.
I don't
Three
have
is-
it.
is
Yeah.
the bike does the most work.
Okay, good,
Yes.
good. Where do you put the batteries?
Oh, wait, hold on. When you say the hey,
That's the opposite.
what do you mean it's the Thank you, Pony.
Yeah,
will
Pony.
you please enlighten everyone? When I've got it in like 7th gear on the 3rd level, that means I'm on the 21st gear, which means it's the hardest to pedal, right?
Yeah, you're going at the highest effort, but the
The
best.
bike does the most
speed.
work.
Yeah, the bike does the most work.
No, it doesn't do
Yes.
You're doing more work. The bike. If I had it on the 1st gear with the 1st level, that would mean that the bike's doing the lead. What?
Well,
Stop it.
So if it was a
It's
lower
all
gear,
about the chain.
if it's a lower gear, like the pedal gear would be big, and
we're
then the
such
bike
mooks.
on the bike it would be small. So you get more revolutions on every
It
pedal,
depends
right?
if you're talking about the front or the back. On the front, a bigger gear makes it harder to
Mike,
pedal,
do
but
you
higher
have,
top
you
speed.
have the bike with the really big front wheel and the small back
Yeah,
wheel,
like
right?
that, like in the 1800s.
Exactly. You put on your derby hat.
I put on my fake artificial handlebar mustache.
What I think they're called a penny farthing is the
Yes.
name of the bicycle.
And you got the streamers
Yeah, sometimes,
on side.
sure.
Tassels.
Catch a breeze.
He wants to
Time to
not
go
only
for
make
my bike ride. I'm going for. Let's go for a bike
Why
ride.
use a helmet when you've got a top hat?
when you have a bejeweled top hat from the greatest show on earth.
Sorry, yes, that'll be worth something someday. Thanks, Twitch. Anyhow, yeah. So
5 miles.
5.5 miles, almost 5.44 miles.
That's good.
Is what
If you
I
keep
did
clocking up,
yesterday.
man, I'm telling you, you'll be at 20 miles easy.
That's right.
Well, it's I see the old codgers that are extending their lives down here, and for me, right where I had the old hips, that's right. I feel those muscles today. That's where.
How, do your hips feel? Do they react well to that exertion?
Yeah, because after I got off, I feel better there than I felt before. So
That's great.
That exercise happens to be what I like to do,
Important.
and for somebody that's bored by doing like a power walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get to see more and drive around and see stuff going on. And,
Do you listen to tunes?
I'm going to graduate to that right now. I've got my little phone, map my ride, and doing that type of stuff.
Do you have
so,
a little bell on your bike to get people out of your way?
I do not have a little
There's an
bell,
app
to
for
get-
that, of course.
Right.
They
Just so
have
you
an
know,
app where you
yes.
can do that?
So I have a little iPhone holder on my bike where I use a bell because the city's packed with people, right?
No, right now
Especially-
It's the worst.
It's
I
the
have one
worst.
attachment. I have one attachment that I kind of jerry rigged myself that I duct taped on.
Well,
on the
if-
right handlebar.
If you don't want to get a bell, because a bell will weigh your bike down by maybe a pound or so, depending on how.
What bell are you buying that weighs a pound? What is it, like from Notre Dame?
Well, there are different bike bells, but there's your standard bell that's just so chunky.
I don't have.
that's-
After I did my little attachment, I don't have room for a bell. I put my
okay.
own thing on there with the.
If people are
with
in the way, get a squirt gun.
black duct tape, and it's on the right side, and it
Don't
takes up
be
a
the
lot-
guy that
lot
says-
of room. It's not a bell though. It's not a bell, and it's not a horn.
It's not a bell or a horn. What is it?
No, it's an ashtray. that's what I have there. That's what I have. I was just trying to signal you for that. Needed the straight line. I had to hit you over the goddamn head for that straight line. For God's sake, I was waiting 10 minutes. Yeah, I've used duct tape. You see, I don't have room for a bell or a horn. I have room for what is it? That's what I was looking for. An ashtray. Thank you very much. You think of a funnier thing that would be?
Absolutely not. I thought it was perfect.
The only thing would have been an ice cream cone holder.
A donut basket.
A donut basket. A donut basket. That's a completely fictitious product that no one's ever
He
had.
invented something.
That's room for my donut basket. My cheeseburger holder. There you go. We'll take a break and we will come back with news you may not need right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. And now, advice from Andrea.
Hello, this is Andrea, the Italian TMOS intern. Here is my advice for dating. Remember, a man should always ask a woman for the date. Young adults must only date one person at a time. Pick your date up at her house and come to the door. A man gives his date's order to the waiter. And remember to walk your date all the way to her door at the end of the evening. Then, and only then, can you make sweet, sweet love. Ciao, bella.
Oh, another asset. Another asset.
first in
to
a
the
series.
Mike.
I'm gonna say that's a really sexy voice.
I wish it were mine. I wish it were mine, you know.
Oh, welcome to the show. Whoa. Welcome back, everybody. This portion of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by the TMOS bonus packages. Don't forget, we are very, very excited, ladies and gentlemen. I have to do it this way, all right? This Friday, the Mike O'Mara Show is one for the takers. That's right. If you are one of the blood-sucking ticks that don't subscribe to the Mike O'Mara Show bonus hour, we're very excited because this Friday, for one day only, it's your chance to enjoy the bonus show for nothing with our preview. Thank you. On Friday, March 16th, the TMOS bonus show is 100% absolutely free for everybody. Friday, even those of you who have done nothing to support our bonus show whatsoever will get a rare chance to sample the goods with our freewheeling, avant-garde, and loose-lipped fun. So get ready, slackers. This Friday, the TMOS bonus show will be FREE free for all of you. So take advantage because isn't that what you do best anyway?
Yeah, you.
The TMOS bonus show preview. Our studio being down for maintenance on Friday is your golden opportunity. Don't blow it. Hey, I can hear that. Don't blow it.
News.
Boo. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Who rang that bell?
God. Yeah, Mike, make all your ideas last-minute ideas. Anyway, Amy Schumer, turn that down, please. Thank you. Amy Schumer is not taking the name of her new husband. This is for those of us that did radio during the 80s.
Yeah.
The 90s, rather. She's not taking it because feminism might have something to do with it, but not really. Maybe she doesn't feel like standing in line at the DMV to get a new license. No, there's another reason that might be more important than the rest. Her husband's name is Chris Fisher, which would make her Amy Fisher.
Oh, okay.
So
I see
anybody
that.
that remembers
Yeah.
that, like Amy Fisher, who shot her married lover's wife in the face when she was 17, then grew up to become a porn star. Amy posted a video the other day of her dad asking if she's changing her name, and she said, quote, "I'm not Amy Fisher. Do you remember Amy Fisher, the Long Island Lolita?"
That was thinking that was the
That's just
nickname,
funny.
right? Long Island
You know,
Lolita.
I try really to go hot and cold. on Amy Schumer, but then Amy Schumer's just funny.
She
She's
is.
just
She can't
funny.
help it.
She knows how to be funny. And by the way, I probably have to rethink the whole Tiffany Haddish rave out that I did the other day based on our friend Rob Mayer, who opened for her, and like
Yes.
everybody
Like they're
posted that
friends.
everywhere. And I have not seen her stand up in its entirety, so I will
How about this?
consider.
You go pro Tiffany Haddish, but then go anti Rob Mayer.
Great idea. Thank you. Arnold Schwarzenegger is planning to sue the big oil companies for murder. Murder. He compared big oil to big tobacco, saying they've known for years that their product is dangerous, but he tried to hide it. He hopes that at the very least the lawsuit will put a spotlight on alternative fuels. So I like Arnold being environmentalist Arnold. I like
it
that
too.
he's
Yeah,
doing that.
using
you
his
know? I think
political
that's-
push.
And
I
you
think
could have
it's
done this
terrific.
while he was the governor. Little late,
Yeah, you're
early
right.
in the
He
game,
could have
huh?
done more when he was the governor.
I
couldn't
think
he?
when he was the governor,
It's true,
he
but
was,
he's changed heart. He's had a change of heart, and I like that people.
I
do
think
that,
he was
you
just
know?
learning while he
I'm
was
still,
being governor.
I'm still a fan.
Earn while you learn.
But the idea that his stepson is his son, no, his son,
His blood son, Patrick.
his blood son, John was the Smith, the bastard son, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes, John Smith.
The one that he had with the cleaning lady.
Yes,
Alsgiba
looks just like him, but Spanish. Blows my
the
mind.
Hispanic Arnold.
Blows
Right.
my mind. And and as a Hispanic, we want that bloodline in our bloodline, right? We want it there.
Cumpleaños feliz.
Yeah. Still can't get over
You
it.
see him
Me
showing up.
llamo Arnaldo.
I made you a Lego for your birthday.
At least somebody listened when Frances McDormand said the words inclusion rider during her speech at the Oscars. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's Pearl Street production company is going to start using them on future projects. Michael B. Jordan announced last week that he was doing the same. For those of you who still haven't Googled it, an inclusion rider is a provision in contracts that requires gender and racial diversity.
Ooh.
And a lot of people are going to squawk about that, but a lot of people are going to say long overdue and really the only way you can get Hollywood to include more people. It has been the land of the old white guy for a long time, believe it or not. And we're not just talking about the people that are on camera. We're talking about the producers and the behind the scenes, the grips and the roadies and all the people that do that stuff. So, they're doing it. They're taking lead, and I'm not surprised. Millions of people all over the country are filling out March Madness brackets right now and probably throwing a few dollars into the pool, and all of that is technically illegal.
Really?
According to a new study, Americans will gamble approximately $10 billion on the NCAA tournament this year, and 97% of those bets are illegal. The only legal way to bet on sports in America right now is at Nevada sports books. Now, the odds are the feds aren't going to bust down your door because you're running a 20-person pool where the winner gets $200. But technically, if they wanted to, they could.
Wow.
So think about that when you're doing it. But
Yeah,
they're not. It's irrelevant.
It,
They're not
you
gonna
can do it online with every major broadcasting company, right?
Yeah, but it's not legal.
It's their
You got to go to a
sweepstakes.
Nevada
If it's a
sports book.
sweepstake, I think if it's a clear bet.
Ah.
I think that's
It's a
what
real
becomes
bet.
a
If you're
bet.
putting
got it.
down
Different.
something, that's it. The pools are a little bit different.
We'll have little Michael's picks this week.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to record those.
Light 'em
and,
Light 'em up.
Light them up.
Not little
Because
Nicky.
Little Michael is in the know. Thank you. A new study in the UK looked at the link between aging and exercise by comparing two groups of people between 55 years old and 80 years old. The first group had exercised most of their adult lives. The second group hadn't. And the ones who stayed active still had the muscle mass, body fat, and cholesterol of someone half their age. Plus, the men's testosterone levels were still high. But the more surprising part was how strong their immune systems were. It turned out the ones who'd exercised their whole lives still had the immunity you'd expect to see in someone in their 20s or 30s, so they were more likely to avoid getting sick. There's a gland behind your sternum called the thymus that releases T cells to help your body fight off illnesses.
Wasn't he fired by CBS FM?
Thymus in the morning.
Exactly. That's the guy.
Yeah. Hello, Bernard. After about 20, it starts releasing less of them, so your immune system can start to weaken. In other words, it's more proof that getting older doesn't have to make you frail, but the best way to avoid it is by staying active throughout your life.
I'm going down to the ranch. I don't feel so good.
So you might want to start thinking about that.
Yeah, or, it's been a pretty good run.
There you go. When was the last time you did any appreciable exercise?
Not in this calendar year. I'd say probably.
That sounds like Meryl Streep in Doubt. Where's your compassion? Not any way you can get at it.
I would say
Anyway.
12 calendar months, 52 weeks.
Thank you. And now
And yet I'm down
something,
60
something.
pounds. So
Yes,
F you, Thymus.
And now a little something. A patient lost his patience and stole an ambulance, according to Lake County Sheriff's Office investigators in Florida.
Where?
This all went down Tuesday night at the Villages. Now, I've had stories from the Villages. This
Yeah, it
place
seems right.
This is a bad place.
It ring
I
a
think
bell.
I think it's like Cocoonville times 10,000. It's this massive sprawling
Like
place.
3 months up
But
front.
This is the
Here's your rent.
Villages. Well, all you need to know about how large this place is, it's the Villages Hospital in the Villages, Florida. They have their own
planned
hospital.
community.
Yeah.
Here's the quote from the sergeant. He said, "I've been doing this for 21 years in Lake County. I think it's the first I've heard of this." Deputy said, "The trouble all started earlier in the day at the home of Danny Konieczny
Oh, yeah,
in
Danny.
Lady Lake. A neighbor called 911 reporting that Konieczny was drunk and suicidal. First responders showed up and took him to the hospital. The arrest affidavit says that Konieczny admitted to police he got mad after waiting 2 hours to see a doctor, so he decided to walk out and drive an ambulance home.
Sure.
You're taken to the hospital because you're drunk, and now you're in the ambulance you've just stolen to go back to your house," said the sergeant. "This could have been really bad." The drive from the hospital to Konieczny's home, I've said it differently every time,
That's good,
is
though.
5.7 miles. Investigators said they found Konieczny hiding in the trunk of his car inside his own garage. Yeah.
Really?
Man.
And, of course, it leads me to today's Florida slogan of
New
the day,
slogan
ladies
for the
and
state? Yeah.
gentlemen. Yes, Florida. We may be old, but we do dumber things than teenagers on drugs. Thank you very much. That's it.
Hey, you know what? The
Slogan of the
hospital
day.
was the same distance from his home as you rode on your bicycle yesterday.
Hey, how about
Oh,
that?
See, you should have taken a bike.
Yeah, but hey, we had that in common because I was drunk when I rode the bicycle. We're going to take a break and come back with the audio vault and the physically fit, 50 pounds lighter Rob Spiewak
Thank you.
here on the Mike O'Mara.
I'm Maddie, and this is my internship. I experience it twice a week at the Mike O'Mara Show. The year was 2016. Obama was president, Pony still smoked, Mac was stealing Wi-Fi from parking lots, and I was the newest intern on the TMOS scene. It was a dark time. The stock market suffered, having never been privy to Mo's stock tip of the week. Global warming sped up without Dan the Fan Man's fans to cool it down. Headlines from Florida read, "Man tosses alligator through drive-through window, and unprovoked woman bites off man's finger." Although really that could have been from any year. Thankfully, a lot of things have changed since I joined TMOS 2 years ago, but luckily, the funny has stayed the same. The TMOS app is your one-stop shop to access all your favorite throwbacks of yesteryear, along with the newest episodes of your favorite funny men. It's like a time capsule on the go.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Amazon. Some of you know that we have a new policy for Amazon for 2018, but we want to make sure that everyone knows it. Here's all you need. To ensure that we get credit for your Amazon purchase, just make sure that you click the Amazon link at the top of the TMOS website. You know this is important to us.
Yes.
It's super easy, and that will guarantee that we get credit for your purchase. So start clicking, because if you need it, Amazon has it. What's today's Amazon purchase of the day, boys?
Remember yesterday I talked about I was a rube because I used to buy printer ink at the
Yes.
store, and you
Yes.
could save so much money on Amazon? This walks hand in hand with it, but in a different way. You can get the best deal on printer paper at Amazon, and you don't have to carry it home. They deliver it to your house. Check this out. It's on sale this week. 5,000 sheets. That's 10 reams of paper. That'll get you through this decade. $37 delivered to your door.
that is awesome.
And there is nothing worse than going to your printer and it says you're out of paper. You don't
Absolutely.
have paper. Stock up and have them bring it to your door. Just click the link on our website.
Right prices right
Amazon
there.
really does have everything. You can find the paper and more at the top of MikeO'MaraShow.com. So get
What?
kicking or get clicking. every now and then. Anyway, it's Tuesday, March 13th, 2018. Time for the audio vault, Rob Spiewar.
Congratulations to my favorite Irish hockey player, Alex Ovechkin, who scored last night.
What?
He's not really Irish. He's from Russia. 600th goal scored last night for the Caps. The 20th player to ever do it. Oh. Hello?
Ovi? Hi, Ovi.
How many goals?
Grade 8.
You
What
scored
did
your
they do?
600th goal
600.
last night. And I believe the 601st as well. But
And he's a married man now. Congratulations.
you
by
must
the
be
way.
very excited. Are you having a hard time containing yourself? Alex Ovechkin, the 20th player to ever reach 600 goals, and also the 4th fastest to get there in his
Wow.
career. Here's the
Isn't
call.
that great?
I'm sorry, forgive me?
600 goals and no championships. Isn't that amazing?
It's almost
wow.
like,
That's the
it's like a
painful
magic
part.
trick,
It's
isn't
almost
it?
impossible.
And he scored them all in 3 games.
nothing like individual accomplishment in a team sport.
That's true. It's the best.
Sorry, I'm a Caps fan.
All right. Here's the call from last night's game.
Loose in front of Hellebuck, lost his goal stick. Wilson with a chance. Rebound, they score! And there it is! On the rebound, Alex Ovechkin, 600 goals in his soon-to-be Hall of Fame career.
I watched
Now-
the Channel 5 News in the morning, and Steve Chenevy said they had the 600 goal T-shirts in the gift shops for the intermission between the first and second period.
Well,
They
that's all
already had
well
them
and good.
out, yeah.
And there would be no better way to cap off that amazing accomplishment than with a Stanley Cup for Washington, D.C.
Finally.
Yes.
That would really be that would be, and I think, look, in fairness to Alex, they all those guys that play a team sport, they want that championship
Sure.
more than anything.
They can only do so much for
I'll
their
go-
team, though.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
They want
for-
it more than anything. They
do
don't
it
want to
for-
go back to Mother Russia at the end of the year.
Do it for Mr. Rice. It would mean a lot for Mr. Rice.
Ralph Rice would
Yes,
be
yes. Do it
in
for him.
tears. Let's go, Caps. Do it for the Stillwell family, the
Goats.
William Stillwells.
Goat's going anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll go anyway. A
will.
lot of those fans
When
will
we
go
were
anyway.
at the outdoor game,
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
like, where's...
Was Goat there?
Well, he had to have been, right?
Right,
But
I would think so.
But I'm waiting for the call to action. But
Right.
you're in a stadium. You're
It's a
not.
little- it's a different deal.
You're not in an arena.
Yeah.
So if we were
can't
nowhere
really- it
close
goes-
to him, you
it
couldn't
goes
get
out
to
into
him.
the air. By the way, we're talking about a guy, William Stillwell, known as Goat. He's the Caps fan
Or
that goes,
loud goat.
Let's go, Caps! And you would think this would be kind of he's got a big beard, and he's kind of, then when you meet him, it's like, I'll have an amaretto. Just kind of a mellow guy. Very,
Yeah,
very interesting.
I love Goat to pieces, but it's so sad when you see Goat after a loss.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's sad Goat.
That's like personal.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. He's like, well, I suppose they should have scored more goals.
I hope I'm not disappointed in the playoffs this year again.
I will meet you between the first and second period at the barbecue stand because they sell Dr. Pepper. Actual text. All right. Have you ever been by yourself in a location and you think you're all by yourself and you do something goofy, like maybe you dance or you sing?
Yeah.
This was trending on Twitter yesterday. I think it's real. A lady thought she was by herself on a subway car, and she's singing and filming herself, and about 2/3 of the way through realizes that there's someone in the subway car hearing her sing the song about being on the subway.
I put my butt in the seat, 'cause it's just me. And this is my stop short video. Gonna get off the train that I'm on alone. Gonna pick up my bag that's sitting in the seat on the train, 'cause it's just me. Up in Francisco. Oh my God, I just realized there's another person on the train. You have a good day.
That's
There's
cute.
someone
I
else
like
on the train. Have a good night.
She was so beat red. It was great.
That's a happy
funny. I love
person.
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
remember the name Tommy Wiseau?
No. Oh, yeah, he's the guy with the movie with the long black
The Room.
hair, right?
Yeah, they based the movie The Room on his movie.
Way too much attention for this dude.
Although you do like his accent, I recall
I
that.
do.
And
I mean, my daughters are the ones that turned me on to this guy. This guy's a cottage industry online.
Well,
Everybody's
yesterday
got their pages devoted to this guy.
He posted his audition to play the Joker in the next whatever Batman movie,
God.
and I just thought you'd want to hear it because, for one thing, he quotes from different Jokers, and also it's still that voice.
Hi, this is Tommy Wiseau, creator of The Room. Let me introduce you to the new Joker. What doesn't kill you make you stranger. Have you ever danced with a devil in the pale moonlight? Did you? No, but I did. And I did like a devil. I'm not the monster. No, I'm just the head of the curve. He has come to me. Come on. I'm not the monster. No.
No.
Why?
No.
So serious? Why so serious? Why so serious? Let's put a smile on this face. Why so serious? Jingle bell, bottom smell.
All right. Okay. All right. That's enough of that. Thank you very much.
And the whole time he was by himself on a subway train. Let us close with this. Stormy Daniels. This one, Mike, she's a piece of work, this Stormy Daniels.
Oh, she's enjoying her like more than 15 minutes now.
She has offered to give the money back so she can talk. But really what I found fascinating, she's okay if you call her a whore.
I've been in the adult business for 17 years.
And I like that CNN chased her down in a club that still has the music on in the background. This was the only thing on CNN last night, okay?
I've been in the adult business for 17 years, so to make it that long in that business, you have to have a really tough skin. And so most of it rolls off my shoulders because it's an opinion, like, oh, you think I'm a whore, or you think I'm ugly, or I'm old, or I'm fat, or my boobs are too big or too small, or whatever. I've heard there's nothing along those lines that someone can say to me that I haven't heard. And so when someone says, hey, you're a whore, I'm like, that is successful whore to you.
That's right. Remember her advice. Let it roll off your shoulders.
All of it.
That's your magic audio vault. Have a good Tuesday, everybody.
Successful whore.
That's successful whore to you, Mr. Man.
Step off.
Thanks for joining us for another episode. Be sure and get our TMOS app. Unlock the Mike O'Mara Show 24 hours a day. Send your message for our Tuesday mailbag to Rob with the extra B at MikeO'MaraShow.com and all regular mail to TMOS Box 32101, Washington, D.C. 20007. Each day, 96 Americans killed by guns. Visit every town for gun safety to find out how we can end gun violence in America. And remember the date of March 24th for the big rally. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. So long, everybody.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, ciao.